Hi, good day. This video will show to you what are the required documents during the K-1 visa final interview. I will show to you what are the requirements I brought during that day, and I will share to you my bad experience. Not really bad, but it was my mistake. So I will teach you how to avoid making those mistakes. So please watch. Let me share my screen to you first. There you go. Let's read the instruction here. Upon checking here, required documents. Okay, required documents for K-1 visa. It is important that you submit all the following documentation to facilitate the processing of your application. You may be asked to return for another appointment if you fail to bring any of these documents. So take down notes. If you fail to bring any of these documents, you need to have another appointment. And another appointment takes time. It's really difficult to find scheduling in the U.S. Embassy portal. So I hope you will not miss anything because I miss one document, and that's really stressful. I will share it to you later. So let's proceed first. Let's focus. Number one requirement is we have the DS160 confirmation page with a stamp of biometrics. Okay. In my case, I have the DS160 confirmation page at the same time the stamp. And the stamp of that is the biometrics. My biometric was March 2, 2026, and my first final interview happened March 10, 2026. This is very important. You cannot enter the US Embassy without DS160. Second, obviously, your passport. On your passport, there are two stamps there that they will give to you after your biometrics. Okay, do not remove that stamp. And before you enter as well in the U.S. Embassy Manila, they will give you another stamp of the day of your interview. Next, third, we have the birth certificate. They want original copy. Do not ever lie or tampered your documents. Counselors are very good at noticing the documents if it's uh, true or real. So better watch out, okay? Be honest all the time. Integrity matters. Now we're done with this 160 passport birth certificate. Now we need the NBI clearance. Okay, again, original, bring your original copy and you can photocopy as well for your backup. Okay, as much as possible, original copy, they need it. Okay, now let's go with the fifth documents that the embassy or the consular need. We have the number 5. Oh, there you go. This is the most exciting part. Other country police certificate. Okay, it says here if you lived for 6 months or more after reaching the age of 16, you need a police certificate from that country. You need to obtain that. For example, in my case, I worked and lived in Hong Kong for 1 year and 4 months. So, do I need to bring a police certificate from Hong Kong police? Of course, yes. Okay. So, in document number 5, that is the document that I was not able to bring on my first final interview day. I was really devastated with that. You know what happened? I need to request a police certificate online in Hong Kong police station. And that's really a hassle. I need to wait another 1 month to process my police certificate. And luckily, March 10, I was devastated because of my maybe carelessness because I read this. However, what I understood is only I thought worked. In my case, I understand work. I didn't live there because I'm not citizen. That's my thought. But no, even though you're not citizen there, as long as you live there and work there, you need to consider getting police certificate from that country anywhere, Japan, Abu Dhabi, Australia, anywhere. They need police certificates from the country you worked and lived. Okay, so I hope you will not make another mistake like me. So don't forget your police certificate if you work abroad for a long time or more than 6 months. Okay. Anyway, so I just want to add that I need to process again or wait for another month. And luckily, the day like March 10, that's my final interview. I was worried because I need to reschedule. The consular or the Filipino consular said, "Okay, you don't need to go to biometrics again. Just um schedule your final interview." So luckily, I don't need to redo my biometric. I just need to do my rescheduling my final interview, and it takes a lot of time. Like I need group of people to help me about it, and sometimes they said, "Oh, just pay me this amount and I will reschedule you." But no, I didn't trust. I don't trust, or I didn't trust those people who just asking money to reschedule me or reschedule my final interview. What I did was, chatting and finding networking, finding people that is related to you, that you have a same scenario. And luckily, I have this group chat in Facebook with Filipino or Filipina teachers who helped me to reschedule my appointment. Luckily, March 13, I rescheduled my final interview that will happen May 5, 2026. So March 10, I went home and just crying, but still lucky and I pray a lot to get that schedule, and I got it March 13 to 14 like that. And at the same time, I processed my police certificates in Hong Kong via online. Okay. Okay, so we're done with the police certificates abroad. Now let's go to number 6 document, that is court and prison records. It says here applicants, okay? Applicants who have been arrested, charged, or convicted of crime. I must present copies or transcript of court or prison records relating to the crime or offense. So I don't have that. So I don't have any problem, but if you have, then go for it. Okay. Next, military or police records. It says here applicants who serve in the military or police should present certificate copies of their military or police service records. Yeah, this is very important as well. Number 8, I don't have that, but if you are a military officer, go with it, apply with it, process it. Okay. Now, number 8, we have here evidence of a genuine engagement. If you say evidence of genuine engagement from the day you met, from the day you message each other, as much as possible, make a documentation, make a portfolio of that. Okay. You must prepare to prove to the consular officer that you have a genuine relationship with your petitioner and a clear intention to marry within 90 days of admission to the U.S. Okay, so you can put there your photograph, letters, emails, phone records, bank records, and remittance records as evidence supporting the relationships and intent to marry. Okay, in my case, with the evidence of a genuine engagement, I didn't include the pictures from the I-29F. I mean, the title of my documentation is this one: proof of ongoing relationship since I-129F submission. Why I did ongoing relationship? Because if I will still put the I-129F evidences, it's too thick. I mean, it's difficult to browse, I guess. And I believe they have a copy already from the USCIS. So why should, or in the US embassy. So why should I need to include the evidence from I-29M? So what I did is the day after we pass the I-129F, that is the time I documented again. And honestly, I lost the evidences that we had in I-129F. So I was worried also. So what I did is I put a title, proof of ongoing relationship since I-29F submission. And that's okay. It's valid. I was shocked also because the people that were with me during the interview, oh my God, their documentations are really thick like this, or like two binders. Like what the so thick. Really? How can they do that? But it's okay, baby. They love it. They love to document everything. And in my case, I didn't. It's just a simple one to me. Like enough evidence, not very exaggerated thing. But just do what you want. Okay, I'm just sharing my experience to you. As they said, do things that matters the most, or document those moments that are very important, the papers that are very important. Okay, so we're done with the evidence of the genuine engagement. Now let's do with the certificate of no marriage record. That is the cinema. I did that online. It's so easy now in Philippines to request. Just go to their website and 2 weeks after you can have it. They will deliver it to you, I swear. Next is we also have the okay, evidence of support. Okay, for the evidence of support, in my case, my husband doesn't have a job. He has only investment and savings. That is why we need a co-sponsor, and the co-sponsor is his father. And honestly, I'm very stressful with the evidence of support or the financial documentation because oh my God, there are a lot of things to comply. For example, the Form 134 affidavit, Form 1040, Form W2 employment letters, what else? IRS, IRS, Social Security, and a lot of like recent payslips, bank statements may include if if self-employed, there's another connotations here. Let me read it for you. For self-employed, 6 months of bank statements are recommended. Okay, honestly, in the U.S. Embassy, this is very important. Evidence of support. Based on my experience, honestly, I didn't. I just brought my fiance, how to say that, investment information with, like the stocks, bonds, like that, plus the income tax return for past 3 years. That's very important. Past 3 years. And second, for the co-sponsor, I just brought the, how to say that, income tax return as well. But income tax return of our co-sponsor for 3 years. At first, my father-in-law didn't wants to provide because it's very confidential, and my fiance also doesn't want to provide any bank statements or anything about finances because they're worried about confidentiality. But that's okay. I mean, I understand that they want to protect documents, their financial information. So what I did is, okay, I just need the income tax return. So I just brought the income tax return of the co-sponsor and my husband or my fiancé that time and plus the investment account. So three things only. No more other documents. And that is a risk. In my case, that was a risk because I don't know if they will approve it or not. I keep crying. I just keep, I'm not crying, but I'm trying to like, why will you don't want to give it to me? I talked to my fiance multiple times about it, but if I tried to convince someone one to two times or three times, and they didn't agree on what I'm trying to say, I just give up. But one thing I like to my father-in-law and to my fiance is like um just go first. They said go first to your final interview. If there is a problem and if the evidence is not enough for the financial, we will help. But for now, use the resources that what you have right now, Form 134, income tax return, and the investment account. So they tried to validate my emotions and they tried to comfort me. So I just go courageously and bravely, even though I have, for me, it's lack of financial documents. But luckily, the counselor in my second interview, the final interview, second attempt, they approve it. So I'm happy for that. Okay, next we have the digital photographs. Okay, you know that 2 by 2 pictures. Don't forget 4 pieces. Okay. Next we have the, let me read this one, number 12 documents. Department of Homeland Security or DHS documents. If you have applied for any benefits such as a change of status, asylum and immigration, informs such as deportation, removal, please bring all the documents pertinent. Okay, so this one doesn't apply to me, but if it's in your case, then you need to give a proof for that. Number 13 is, of course, this one, medical examination. You need to give to them the brown envelope. So March 10, I give the consular or the Filipino consular, that is the initial screening. The counselor there is, even though I was missing, I was not able to bring the police certificate. She received my medical examination that day. So I gave to her my brown envelope. Don't forget the brown envelope. Okay. Next. Okay, so those are the 13 important documents that you need to bring during your final interview. There you go. Do not assume that the embassy will have any of the items that were filed with your petition. You must make sure that you bring all of these items. Okay, bring all of these items. Next, another here. Um, your NBI clearance. It says here your NBI clearance and your CNR must include every name that you have ever used. This means that if you were ever married before, it must include your current name and your previous married name. If it does not, they will require to get another one. Note, divorce certificates from the petitioner. The embassy has been asking for original divorce decree that were issued by the court and have its raised court seals. Okay, during my first attempt of final interview in U.S. Embassy Manila, someone got rejected or refused because she doesn't have the original copy of the first degree. Two, two Filipinos were refused, and then next is me. I was refused because police certificate, a Hong Kong police certificate was missing. I learn from my mistakes, and I hope you can learn from my mistake as well and from others' mistakes. So that's all for today. If you have questions, you can comment down, or any suggestions if you want to learn something about the final interview at this moment. These are the required documents and items for U.S. Embassy final interview. So I hope you learn, and good luck if you will be the next to be approved. And always remember to pray, okay? Even though you have been refused, never give up. Never ever give up. If you really want something, if you have a goal with your fiance, go for it, talk with it, and hit the goal. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Don't forget to ask questions. If I speak too fast, or maybe you want to learn from my personal experience. Thank you. Bye.